It's time, it's time, it's Ajax time. And it is also time for Backlash in 2002 on SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. Playing as Tajiri. Who we're going to face? We're not in any big sort of storyline just yet. We're not on it. No. Why are we not on it? We're not on the pay-per-view. I thought you got onto the pay-per-view if you were like playing this game. I'm disappointed. I want to be on Backlash. I'm Tajiri. I deserve it, right? I've won 4 matches in a row. What do you have to do around here to get a good match? Oh, that is the Backlash stage. Backlash, I should say. It's a stage where I'm pretty sure there was one of those hardcore title battle royals, and it was like Matt Hardy got up on one of those weird crane things and kind of got like lifted up and jumped off it. It was cool. Right, so we're going to carry on with our tour, I think, of the area. So we're going to go down here and look at the stock room. I can't promise that we'll see all of these areas by the end of the story mode, because I might miss some or not go to certain places, I don't know, but I'll go to the ones that I know of at least. So that's parking, we've done that, and we got lost we got lost on Wednesday. So this is a stock room. Here we go, shutting the door behind me. Hopefully I don't get stuck in there with a boogeyman or something. Not that he actually existed back then. So here we go. Little room. I think if I remember rightly, you could like mess with this and steam came out somewhere. Maybe that's something else. Maybe that's on. But if you Irish put people into these, they fall over and steam comes out. But I know there's something to do with steam. Maybe it's on Here Comes the Pain. But I know you can twist something on Here Comes the Pain and some steam comes out. Damages your opponent. But I'm not sure about here. Hopefully we'll. Maybe I'll. You know. If this story mode isn't too adventurous with the whole backstage area thing, maybe I'll do some matches in the backstage area, kind of as a finishing bit for this series. Obviously, it's a 6-month series, 52 weeks of story mode, 2 times a week. Yeah, so it's not gonna be soon, but maybe I'll do some matches in the backstage area. Of course, if you're really that interested, you could also go and look at other people that have done it, because I'm sure this game's been played a lot and uploaded onto YouTube. So I can't actually see anyone. I was hoping I'd like bump into someone and, you know, annoy them enough to want to have a match with me, but apparently not. So here we are at the arena. I feel like I should play something, because otherwise I've kind of got nothing for this episode. I can't remember what the matches were. Can you find out what the matches were by going to the other one? I swear you could like, have another look at what the card was. I don't know why they're different entrances anyway. No. Do we want to play? Yeah, let's play. We'll be the Hurricane. We'll, you know, defend the championship. So Tajiri goes into the stage, comes out as a Hurricane. Maybe the Hurricane's having a night off and paying Tajiri to wrestle the match for him. But yeah, I mean, you know, if this match is over fairly quickly, I might play another match. We'll see kind of what happens. So there's Triple H. Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. And it's making those weird spider leg things go crazy. So there is the Cruiserweight Champion. Look at that championship. You can barely even see it. And that's actually the old version of the Cruiserweight Championship. I forget how old this game is. I always think of it being about 2004, but it's actually about 2002. See, I don't think they even do that in the new game. That's so cool with Scotty Hot's entrance when the camera goes all weird. Like, I know I keep comparing this to the new games and kind of saying that they need to bring stuff back, but they've definitely let it go quite bad in certain ways. Obviously the gameplay is a lot better, but just certain aspects, you know, they're just not as good anymore. So Eddie Guerrero. Just faced him in my Wrestling Revolution series. Definitely recommend you watch that. It's a very good series. So here Rico comes to the ring. If you've not heard of M. Dickey or Wrestling Revolution or Booking Revolution, definitely have a look on my channel for those. I've got some Booking Revolution up, even though I didn't finish the series. They're still there. Hurricane now. Suplexing Earl Hebner. I promise you it was an accident. Oh, get off me, Scotty. Eddie Guerrero pulling, as if Rico wrestles in a suit on this game. You'd think he had some sort of wrestling attire. Can I get out of the ring? Apparently not. Maybe I can, I don't know. I was going to see if I could get a weapon now that Hebner's down. Okay, so the Hurricane with a similar moveset to Tajiri by the looks of it. Reversing something there when I was actually meant to go for a punch. Still not sure on how these kind of matches work. Oh, look at that, Scotty Too Hotty rolling Eddie up. Getting a 2 count early on in the match. Be interesting to see whether he'd have won at this point. The animation was pretty cool there when the Hurricane fell. Oh, jawbreaker. The Hurricane was a guy who I always liked when I was a kid, but I've watched some videos recently of Shane Helms, who obviously is the Hurricane, and he just seems like a bit of a prick, really. He was going on about Shawn Michaels and how he couldn't be a Christian because he, like, killed animals and stuff. Like, I'm completely against killing any animals. Like, I don't eat meat or like anything that comes from an animal, but like, I don't see how that means you can't become a Christian. Like, in the Bible it says that you can do stuff like that. Of course I'm not a Christian, so I'm not going to go and do it myself because I don't believe in it personally. But like, why? I don't know. He just seems like a bit of an idiot, really. He was also going on about CM Punk and how he's drug free yet he has caffeine. Now, I'm not being like, you know, I'm not a scientist, but I can kind of put it out there that if you took ecstasy for a week and you drank a cup of coffee a week, you'd feel a lot different. If you took ecstasy for a week, you'd probably come off it feeling the worst you've ever felt in your life. I've not done it myself, but I know people that have, and they always say how badly it's kind of affected them and how like it's affected them in the long term. But, you know, everyone drinks caffeine, right? Does that make everyone a druggie? So I think he's just a judgmental guy who kind of thinks he's better than everyone else, but quite frankly he's really not that great. But the character was always cool. The 2002 Royal Rumble was pretty cool when he tried to double chokeslam Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was quite funny because they just kind of looked at him like, what the hell are you doing? And they threw him out of the ring. A nice rope break there from the pin from Rico to Eddie. How can Rico even go off the top rope in that suit without tearing it? That's what I want to know. Oh, the Hurricane being manhandled here by Scotty Too Hotty. I think if anyone was realistically going to win this match, it'd be Eddie. You know, the only guy in this ring to be the WWE champion is Eddie Guerrero. The only guy, I think, to be European champion, maybe the Hurricane was European champion, but Eddie was the European champion, I'm pretty sure of it. Scotty Too Hotty and Rico were not. I'd say, just at a guess, that Eddie has more tag team championships than these guys combined. And, you know, he was just bigger name with the fans. He competed with guys like JBL and Brock Lesnar, whereas none of these guys did. So yeah, Eddie Guerrero. That'd be who I'd have my money on. If it was going to be anyone else, it probably would be the Hurricane. I doubt Rico or Scotty would win. But, you know, you never know. I mean, Brock Lesnar defeated the Streak, and although it is Brock Lesnar, that was a shock to everyone. So maybe the Hurricane or Rico or Scotty could defeat Eddie. I guess it depends on what part of Eddie's career you look at. If you look at kind of like the early WWE days, maybe the Hurricane could beat him, but coming like to like 2004, 2005, when he really became big, I very much doubt that he would have been beaten by the Hurricane, unless they were trying to destroy his career. I was always a big Eddie fan. I always found him really funny. There was a segment, I should say a match years ago, and it was Kurt Angle versus Eddie Guerrero. It was a one-on-one match, best 2 out of 3 falls. Definitely worth watching. Amazing match. Just both guys putting on a show, and just the whole line cheating and silly thing. Eddie was just hilarious. Like when he used to like throw the ring hammer at people, and I don't know. I think he like threw stuff all over JBL's car once. Just stuff like that. He was a really funny guy. I can't necessarily remember a lot that he did, but I do remember being like very entertained by him every week. So yeah, big Eddie fan. I'd stopped watching wrestling by the time that he died, and when I say I stopped watching it, it's not like I think Scotty 2 Hotty is going to come in for the win now because I've left Rico down. I'll tell you the story about the whole stopping watching it thing. I never stopped liking it, but I got to the age where, you know, most people, like, I'd say most people when they're kids and they watch wrestling, they like watch it for like when they're a kid, and when they get older they sort of like grow out of it. I sort of never did, hence why I still watch it these days. But my mom was always very critical of me watching it. I don't think it's because it was violent, I just think she just thought it was stupid. Like, I think it's because I'd be watching it on the TV when she'd rather something like more serious was on. But I don't think like she necessarily hates wrestling. I just don't think she understands it, and they're two completely different things. If you hate something, if you kind of dislike something because you don't understand it, it's different to hating it because it's like not very good, if you know what I mean. So she kind of came with the mindset like most people, like, oh, you know, it's fake, it's stupid, and you know, like the way that I see it is that a film, you know, if wrestling is fake and stupid, then so is a film. It's exactly the same. The only difference is that wrestling, although it doesn't claim to be real, is more on like a reality TV sort of basis, where like things are supposed to be happening like right there and then, and the people's reactions are supposed to be real. But really, it's no different to a film. And yeah, you know, as a kid, I was impressionable, and my mum told me to like that I shouldn't be watching it because I'm too old and stuff. And I listened to her and I stopped watching it. But it got to when I was in year 11 of school, which in England meant that I was like 15 to 16. And I remember just like one night, I literally just completely stopped like watching it or like reading about it. Like like nothing. I barely ever thought about it. And it's, oh, Eddie's the new cruiserweight champion. Yeah, I never really thought about it, and I just decided to watch it one day. Like, I was just on YouTube and I just decided to watch wrestling, and like I must have been sat there for 4 hours just watching it, like match after match after match, like old matches. And I just got to the point where like I was watching it every night for hours, and I was like, why did I even stop watching this? It's also the point to today where, again, I don't really watch it that much, but it's not necessarily because I don't like it. It's because of the kind of like how hard it is to get. I can't get the WWE Network because I'm in England, so I can't really watch stuff other than quick clips on YouTube. I can watch old clips on YouTube, but now I'm at university, whereas at that point I was just doing my GCSE. So I've decided, just whilst I'm doing this, I'm going to play every match. If I'm not in the match, I'm going to play the match. So I'm going to, who do I want? I'm going to play as Lance Storm. You know, I'm going to be the guy who's the champion. So where was I? Yeah, like I'm at university now, so I have a lot of work to do. I do a history degree, which is very heavy on the reading, so I'll just be sat there reading all night. I don't really get the chance to watch it, but you know, like I'm always thinking about it. I'm always like considering like kind of training, and always thinking about wrestling. Like I don't go a day without thinking about it. But like I kind of don't really watch it much anymore. But I'm glad that I got back into it, because I even stopped playing the games. Like I never stopped playing PlayStation as I got older. But I stopped playing the wrestling games. The last one that I had was SmackDown versus Raw, and like I got around this time when I started watching it again, I got SmackDown versus Raw 2006, and like I didn't play 2007 because it didn't get released on PS3. I didn't have a PS2. I only had a PS3 at the time, and basically Kane going up to the top already. He's on the championships. Oh. Yeah, go on, Christian. Yeah, so I got like I slowly got all the games until I was kind of on WWE 13, and then I was watching YouTube videos, and I hadn't considered becoming like a YouTuber, like if that term kind of is applicable for what I am. And then I kind of just thought about it one day, so I didn't want any Christmas presents. I don't really do the whole Christmas thing. Well, I do the Christmas thing, like my family does the Christmas thing, but I don't really believe in it fully. But my mum wanted to get me a present. I guess that's just a general thing that like people want to do considering it's Christmas. So you know, I asked for a game capture, and I had WWE 13, and I recorded a Santa Claus versus Chucky video because it was Christmas Day, and like it's got about 1,000 views now. And like bear in mind, this is when like 2K14 had already come out, so that's done quite well considering it's on the old game. And yeah, like I started, like, just back to my original points, I've kind of gone off there a bit. I started playing again until I got to the point where I was like able to sort of like get 2K14 after getting a game capture. I was at university, so I didn't have my console with me, even though I just got a game capture, but my friend had an Xbox, and I very rarely got to play that, but that's where my kind of second most popular video as of today, which is what's it called, GTA 5 Wrestling. My second most popular video as of today like came from just playing on my friend's Xbox at uni, and then like this year, like kind of that was like last year, and then this year I kind of brought my PS3 with me. I'd love a PS4 to play the new game on, but that's not going to happen, so I've got a PS3. Still play 2K15 on it, and I know that other people still do, so that's fine. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know where this ramble started, but that's where I am today. I basically went from kind of watching wrestling to being told that it was babyish, to watching it again, to getting all the games like again, and here I am recording story mode. So yeah, I think, was I talking? Yeah, I was talking about the Hurricane and when I used to watch it. I don't know. It doesn't really matter if I just talk rubbish throughout these videos. That's fine by me. I mean, like, I'm still playing the game, right? And anyway, yeah, back to the game. I forgot how awesome the ladders were. I just saw, I think, was it Christian slamming Booker T, or the other way around, onto the ladder. The fact that you could actually put people on the ladder, that was like the best thing about this game that I remember, like in terms of the weapons. Like, I don't even know how to do it, but you can essentially put a guy, yeah, circle. It's like, okay, that didn't quite work, but you put a guy onto a ladder and just like slam him onto it. Like, that was awesome. Why can't you? It's like hard these days to even line a guy up to slam him onto a ladder, and when you do, it kind of glitches out. Booker T with the knee drop. Yeah, like it kind of glitches out when you do it. So this game was awesome for that. So can you do chair like grabs? No, you just hit them with it. Oh no, yeah, there we go. DDT onto the chair. Again, I say this every time, and I sound like one of these guys that's like, oh, when I was a kid everything was better, but really, like, some of the things on these games are just absolutely brilliant, and the new games just don't kind of match up in like some senses. Just like, for example, like I've just been talking about the weapons and stuff. Like, just being able to throw a guy onto a ladder, like, why can't you do that? Why does it have to glitch out and look like he's not supposed to be on there? Like, it's just like, okay, maybe you wouldn't like throw them onto the ladder in the same way, but you should be able to lift them up and walk around and slam them onto the ladder at least. I mean, that would make a lot of sense, right? But yeah, hopefully this whole like YouTube gaming thing that's kind of been popular for the last like 4 or 5 years now, hopefully that is going to kind of improve games. I'd like to think that kind of people, I mean, I know I've got, I think, 680 subscribers as of now, or like 670 something, and that's great, but it's not sort of like I only a select few really watch and comment on my videos. I think like most of the guys kind of don't bother, which is fine. I mean, like, they're probably subscribed to like 100 other people who they kind of only watch now and then. Like, I'm not annoyed that people don't watch my videos that are subscribed, but I don't get that many. But you got guys who have like 100,000 subscribers who like just do WWE videos. So like, hopefully something that comes out of this going forwards is that kind of games can improve. Hopefully, like, guys like, I don't know, guys like Smack Talks and the 101 and all these other people that I kind of started watching before I actually started a YouTube video myself, hopefully their kind of input and influence into the gaming world can be kind of heard, and hopefully they can improve the game, you know? Like, I don't see why WWE couldn't, or like 2K couldn't get into contact with them and just be like, look, what did you like, what didn't you like, what have your subscribers been saying, you know? They could improve the game a lot, because at the end of the day, they're the ones who create it, and they do it on their visions, but they're not necessarily the ones that are going to play it, and if they do play it, they're going to be like, what, 20 people that are playing? Like, maybe I'm underestimating how many people it takes to make these games, or maybe I'm overestimating, but it's going to be like 20 people or so that are going to be playing the game that they've made, but there's kind of like thousands of us, possibly more than that, possibly like hundreds of thousands that are playing the games. And I think kind of our kind of input and recommendations are kind of more important than the people that kind of do make the games. I'm sure they do look at people's recommendations and that sort of stuff, but it's just like, I don't know, I just feel like they completely ignore us. Like, people want GM mode back. It was an awesome mode. Christian, I'm on your team, what are you doing? It was an awesome mode, but they just haven't had it in since 2008. And like, you've got a small time like game creator on his own, Matt Dickey, who creates like a whole game on like based on booking on like PC and mobiles, and like it's an awesome game, especially considering that like he makes everything himself. And like the WWE can't put like a GM mode in, like really. And like I've heard people like compare GM mode to universe mode, and you just can't. You can't compare them because there's no like rating system. There's nothing like that. It's just an absolute kind of. It's just, I don't know. You just random stories happen, and you just sort of like play through, and it just makes no sense. I don't get universe mode. I never liked it. I kind of created my own like series, but I was kind of making my own storylines up and stuff. It wasn't sort of like the kind of you know, like it wasn't like GM mode. Like if it ever looked like something that would come from GM mode, it's because I edited it that way, not because it actually happened. And like they've got my career mode now, which is good, but these old story modes, in my honest opinion, are like the best thing. Maybe not this one so much, not a lot happens in this one, but like Here Comes the Pain, the story mode in that was amazing, and I must have completed it like 10 times, and each time would have a different outcome, even if it was like the same storyline, like with the factions and stuff. Like you could have a faction with different people each time. It was great, and Booker T just won the championship. I've lost 2 matches in a row. This isn't good. But yeah, like you like the faction story mode is one that I remember, and like one time you could be Goldberg and you could have like Kane, the Undertaker, The Rock in your faction, and the next time you could be like, for example, Tajiri, who I am now, and have like the Hurricane and a load of other mid-carders in your like faction. So you can complete it like 10 times and it's not boring, whereas I feel like I've not played my career and I've not seen anyone's series in full, but it just seems like it's going to be the same thing over and over again. Whereas like the Here Comes the Pain had like a lot of diversity, especially you know, I say that you can complete it like time after time. RVD versus the Undertaker, definitely playing that. That'll be RVD. Yeah, like you can complete it time after time, and there'll be different story modes, different angles on your story modes. Whereas like my career mode just sort of seems like once you've done it, it's going to be, you know, done. And obviously, one thing that they had to kind of tackle the lack of good story mode was create a story, and that was absolutely great. Like my most popular video is create a story. It's Ryback kidnaps AJ Lee. It's got like 170 likes and like 40 dislikes or whatever. 50,000 views now. It's just surpassed my. I had a video, the GTA Wrestling video that I spoke about earlier. I had that one, like that was like my top video since like March or something like that, and now it's my oh, the Undertaker. What are you doing, RVD? Please don't tell me this is not going to be the match. No. Oh my god, that was awful. I do apologise. But yeah, anyway, Ryback kidnaps AJ Lee. It's kind of like the best video that I've got, and it's a custom story, and I've got other custom stories. I even used to upload them before I used to talk, and even though I didn't edit them and there were long loading screens and stuff, people still watch them, people still like them. I've got one, Shield's new member, and another one, the Shield breakup. They've both got like over 5,000 views each, like more likes and dislikes on them. So I just lost 3 matches in a row. I'm awful. That's what you get for not putting Tajiri on the card anyway. But yeah, I'm in a very rambly mood today. I've probably rambled enough already, but kind of just, yeah, we need better story modes and creator story needs to come back, and this is like kind of what I was getting to. I just hope that kind of like the game creators, 2K and Utes are actually looking out for the fans, and like maybe they took it out. I don't think they needed to take it out this year, because on the PS3 version and the Xbox 360 version of 2K15, they could have kept custom story mode in. It's the game is exactly the same as 2K14, but I understand that they couldn't get it prepped for the PS4, and maybe they took it out of the PS3 version because they didn't think it was fair for people that got it on PS4. I personally think they should have just kept it, because like the PS3 version doesn't have my career mode. But yeah, I'm just hoping that, with this whole YouTube gaming thing, that Ukes and 2K start listening, and hopefully one thing that can come out of that is bringing back custom story mode. Anyway, 25 minutes into this video. It's been a fun video to make. Just got completely destroyed at Backlash by everyone, but hey, we've got some new champions. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Tell me what you think about this kind of rambling. I sometimes just can't help it. If you hate it, I guess I just won't make videos, I don't know. But anyway, if you did like it, please do give it a like, comment on it, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.